Hey guys, so I'm really excited about this figure, but first off, I would like to say I had a pretty bad day because I did go to Aliexpress and buy this figure, but I actually bought like these blind box BJD dolls, and they're kind of like action figures slash dolls, and I was super excited to get them. And turns out there was something wrong with the shipping because the carrier actually that was being used was a smaller carrier, and normally different carriers cannot ship to each other because they're like in competition with each other. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the package that I wanted, and I ended up having to tell the carrier when I called them because they're like, oh, there's no other option. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll just have it. Can you send it back to the seller, and then I'll just ask for a refund from there, anyways. So hopefully I get my refund. But for now, I have this one, and I'm excited because today was pretty bad with all the stress of like calling the carrier like so many times. I think I did like 3 to 4 times just to like figure out like find out that I couldn't do anything about that package. So I actually paid $117.97 for this item Canadian, which is pretty expensive for like a statue, but the size actually is pretty worth it. So yeah, I luckily this was able to send to a flex delivery. The other package that I wanted to have and show you guys on camera, unfortunately it was like because of that I couldn't get it, and I also wanted it to be sent to like a flex delivery too because my accommodations is kind of weird right now. But overall, in general, yeah. So that happened, and now I'm only with this one. So yeah. So this is the Your Next My Hero Academia movie actual like a figure, and it's a masterpiece e-moving figure, which means it has like a couple extra parts in it. And this is from Bandai Namco, and this is an Ichiban Kuji prize. So Ichiban Kuji is actually a brand I searched up just now. I found out from my friend too because he was like he knew about it, but basically it's Ichiban Kuji, which is you can go online and pay for raffles. Basically all raffles are same prices for each prize, and basically you're paying for raffles. This is a big thing in Japan too, where basically you pay for raffles in stores and then you basically peel the raffles and see which prizes you get. So this one is technically letter C. I searched up for the Ichiban Kuji, and apparently Giulio, which is this guy over here, he is not really high in the rankings. The actual biggest one, like the A prize, would have been the All Might, but it's the alternative All Might because it's actually not real All Might. It's the villain of the movie for Your Next. And then there's Deku is B, Bakugo is C, and then you have Anna, which is D, and no, sorry, A, B. I think Anna is D actually. So A, B, and then Gilead. Oh, I think there's 2 A prizes or 3 A prizes, but there's the bigger ones are the fake All Might, and then there's Bakugo, Deku, Bakugo, and then there's Giulio, and then there's Anna as well, who is also exclusive for that movie. But yeah, anyways, it's been a long while. I've been looking, and then there's like towels, and there's facial towels. There's a big towel, and then there's a facial towels, which have different characters. I guess you get to choose if you win those ones because they're like the smaller prizes too. But yeah, the bigger ones are the figures. However, Giulio isn't too high up in the rank because there's those 3 main ones that are actually the bigger ones. But then Anna is actually, I think she's a D prize, so she's not as high as Giulio. So yeah, so Giulio is probably a little bit more difficult to get in terms of pulls. But yeah, anyways, I was looking for a Giulio everywhere because, to be honest, I really wanted a Giulio figure after seeing the movie. I will say My Hero Academia movies in general, you could live without it if you didn't want to see it. It doesn't really have to do so much with the series itself. It's kind of like a little side quest thingy when you think about it. But yeah, it doesn't really affect your knowledge too much of the movie. It just adds extra stuff that isn't really in the movie in general, because these characters that are in the movie aren't shown in the actual series. So when you think about it, it's kind of like this side thing that it just gets pushed aside afterwards. That also happened with the World's Hero mission as well. Like, there's new characters and stuff like that, but then it just gets pushed to the side. The only anime that I know for now, because I don't watch a lot of other animes, but the only anime that I know that I watch currently that has movies that are involved in the series, that you cannot miss, would be like Demon Slayer. I'm not too sure. I think Dragon Ball Z also has movies that have to do with the series as well, but I don't watch Dragon Ball Z, so yeah. But I'm not too well versed in like other animes, but from what I know, My Hero Academia, the movies you could technically skip over, but I'm such a huge fan of My Hero that I actually want to see them. I actually went to see this one in the theater, and I really liked it. So yeah, sorry, the box was squishy. If you hear that my voice is for some reason low or like very bad right now, it's because I'm actually getting over a cold. I've been sick for like 2 weeks, so I'm sorry if I start coughing or anything like that. It was taped up all the way, but I did open it because I was too excited before I could film, so yeah. So this is actually a pretty big figure. It's more so a statue because it can't pose. Like, it's not posable with different, like, what is it? Moving parts and stuff like that. But yeah, I just really wanted a Giulio figure, so that's why I have this. And he's headless right now, so excuse that. So the first head that I'm going to put on is like his regular one. I think you just push it in. He's really tall, so it's going to be hard to get like everything in. And then this is the arm that's supposed to go with this pose, which is like with his regular face. He's so pretty. I absolutely love it. So there is technically a stand. I'm not going to use it right now though, but it's just a plastic acrylic stand you put on his leg, and then he'll stand up properly without falling. I'm just going to keep it like this though. So yeah. So the detail of the hair is really nice. It actually is very well shaded. It also got his like they also have got his beauty mark on the under his eye, which is super cute. And then he is wearing his eye patch. I love the shading and the detailing for the actual hair. They actually have like an individual strand hair here, and like these parts for like his hair being tied up. His outfit is super pretty too. He is technically a butler, so he has like that fancy outfit going on, which is something that I really like. In terms of clothing, I really like fancy clothing. And then he does have his popped collar, and there's so many details, like the shredding of his suit too, when he's like, because of like the fighting and stuff like that. And then he's got his mechanical arm because he actually lost his arm, so this is actually a mechanical one that can turn into a gun. And then he's got like the buttons here too. And he's got all his pouches and ammunition on the side, so it's super like detailed. I will say the back of his tailcoat is very soft, but in terms of the other parts that are actually like shredded, like the battle damage type of thing, it really is like super pointy. So I would say be careful like when touching this type of figure. I guess it's because it's a bigger figure, so it's like this. It's not really like super soft plastic. Normally for the smaller ones, I will say they are softer plastic. But yeah, and then he's got his robotic like legs. So one of his legs is actually also like a robotic piece as well. And the shoes have like a nice paint to them where they look shiny like leather, which I believe would be the material of his actual shoes. But then other than that, like I just like how they look. Like the paint job looks really nice and it makes it look like it's actual leather, but it's not. So this is his first face. I'm going to go and put on his other stuff, but technically speaking, I think you can interchange arms and faces, but I'm gonna put on the other thing so you guys can see. So just give me 1 second. Oh my gosh, so this face is to die for because I actually love really sharp, like the shark teeth on anime characters. That's why Kirishima is one of my favorites because I think it's cutesy and it looks like a shark. So to me, it's really like something that I really like in characters. But yeah, he's got like the sharp teeth going on. And this one doesn't have his eye patch, so you can see his scarring. And also, it's supposed to be like tinted, like it's a robotic eye, one of his eyes that was where the eye patch was. So I like that detail where it's painted to look like the robotic eye. Is super cute. I love the facial expression and the hair down too. The hair length is very pretty. I love it. The aesthetic too, like just the overall like the shading and stuff for his red hair is really nice. It's kind of like a burgundy red. And then this is his arm. It basically turns into a gun. It has like, I think there's like different modes and stuff like that, but it basically turns into a gun and he can shoot people with it. It's actually not a part of his quirk if you have seen the movie. I'm not gonna really spoil too much on his quirk, but his quirk is really powerful. But these parts aren't a part of the at all. It's just because his limbs were like destroyed. But I think they look super pretty, like the detail and stuff like that too. I absolutely love this one so much. I just love the aesthetic too of this character, like super fancy and classy, and like the way he talks isn't really aggressive either for the most part. I think there was a part in the movie where Deku was like, he's respectfully like being mean in a way because that's his total like demeanor. He likes drinking tea, and also like when he talks he's not like super aggressive about it. So yeah, I really love this figure so much. I guess I can show you guys like the different face, like the other head that he had on, and with like the gun like this, and then the other one. So let me just show you guys that because I was playing around with that for the most part. So yeah. Okay, so this one is just him with the gun arm and his regular face. I do love this sculpt too. I guess you can make him look classy when he has the gun up, but I do love the open mouth face too. So let's go to the last part, which is just the other arm and then his face with the sharp teeth, because I really like that one as well. So yeah. Okay, so this is the last one, basically the last thing I can do in terms of customization of how he looks. Technically speaking, he's supposed to be like this angry face, with the gun arm, and then the regular face with the eye patch with this arm, of course. But according to the box, but you can switch it up no matter what. Like, I don't think there's really a rule for it. It's just more so it's advertised like that because he's supposed to be a little bit more aggressive with the gun arm. But yeah, I love this face though. It's super cute. It's like super dapper and pretty and also very angry as well. So yeah, definitely I love this figure a lot. It is an Ichiban price though, which means that I think I got a good deal for it on the Aliexpress. However, again, because of my living conditions right now, I do think it is a gamble to order from Aliexpress, especially since the other vendor for like the BJD dolls, they did that thing where it was like they gave it to a completely different carrier who couldn't send it to Canada Post. So yeah, but luckily this one came, so I think it made my day overall. I had a pretty bad day and I was just like really down about that because that thing, like those ones I spent quite a bit too, and I was waiting for it for like 2 weeks. And can you imagine waiting for something for 2 weeks to find out it can't even come at all? So yeah, but this one is really pretty. I love the details and the overall sculpting. I'll see if I can post the AliExpress link for this. However, I will say every time I buy something from AliExpress and I post the link, later on it just gets removed because I think they sell out of like their stock. So yeah, a lot of my links don't work anymore for my older videos when it comes to like buying stuff online. But yeah, it's fine, I guess. Like, you can definitely shop around AliExpress and double check like what they have in terms of deals, because you can always find like cheaper stuff too. It doesn't have to be from like the same vendor like the one that I bought. There could be even cheaper elsewhere as well. There's different figures. I think the smaller one was the first one that I was looking at, where it was just Giulio as like his regular face with the eye patch, but I really wanted this because I saw that it was interchangeable heads and like the arms. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. Sorry if I was rambling on too much about Giulio. I think this character is like one of the most pretty ones out of all of them. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. And I did order from the actual website for the, I think it's Kika Goods. I did order that for the BJD dolls, so hopefully they come in within 2 weeks or so, and we'll see how fast they come. But basically I wanted to do a video of it today, and that's why I'm kind of like bummed out about it. But hopefully it comes and then we get to like share that experience together. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye.